All right, here I am with another live. It's going to be a short one, but I'm trying to do this every single week. Although last week I was in Mexico at a wedding, and so I didn't get a chance to jump on here, but I'm in the process of sliding in towards age 60. In 132 days, I will have my birthday and I'll be 60 years old. Now, for those of you who've watched anything on this little channel, and I don't have that many followers, but you're welcome to go subscribe. But the truth is that when I turned 50, I made this proclamation that I was going to make age 50 to 75 the best years of my life. And I didn't really know what that meant, but I started trying new things. I started dealing with the fact that I'm scared of heights. I took up running. I started doing stand-up comedy. I've done a whole bunch of things that normally I would have played it safe or maybe played it scared, and I would have said no to. Now, if you look back at the last 10 years, a lot of it has been the best years of my life. I've really gotten in more touch with who I am. I don't care as much what other people think. Probably a decade ago, I would have been scared to go live for fear somebody's watching this and judging me right now. You're judging me right now. I don't give a dang now. However, I also went through 3+ years of some kind of dark times, and I've shared that in other videos, but I didn't have depression on my dance card when I turned 50. I had always been the guy who the glass wasn't just half full. The glass was all the way full because the top part was filled with air. So the glass was fully full, even though it was only half water. The other half was air. It was all full. And I was kind of a guy who just thought, oh, suck it up. And then the pandemic hit and I had career and financial problems and it took me into a spiral. And the reality that I've learned now on the other side is there were some issues going on there in the past for 20 years that didn't have to do with my career, but I just pushed them down and dealt with them over here and latched onto my career up here and was doing great. And then I wasn't. But do I look at the past 10 years as a failure because I had that little 3+ year stint with some darkness? No, I still think it's the best years of my life. And I'm glad if I had to go through it, I went through it at this age rather than when I was younger, because I certainly had 5.5 decades to draw upon in my own experience. So as I'm looking at down this pipe of 132 days until I turn 60, I'm starting to get serious about what am I going to do? I've got 12 days to figure out my plan because I want to do 120 days to 60. And one of the things I'm going to do is I need to lose about 12 pounds. Now, fortunately, at 6'3", I can carry 12 pounds, but it doesn't mean I like it. And in talking to a lot of people who are on this journey to make age 50 to 75 the best years of their life, fitness is a big part of it. But here's the thing. You're not going to get there if you don't make it a super priority. And the truth is, I don't make it that much of a priority. I like to eat. I occasionally have a drink. I don't work out as much as I should, although I do a little bit. But I think for that 120 days, I'm going to get really serious about it. I think that's going to be sort of the highlight of the plan from now until I turn 60, of that 120 days sliding into 60 plan. So I would love any advice that any of you have about how to focus on fitness when you're this age. I will try and share some of the stuff I'll learn along the journey, but it's not just going to be about fitness. There's a lot of other things I want to do. And I do want to talk about this whole idea of transitioning as we get older. There's part of my life that I focused so much on, and that was being a father and raising the kids. Well, my kids are 24 and 29, and it's great to be around them. And fortunately, they want to spend time with us, but it's not really the focus of everything that I do anymore. They're grown adults who graduated college, who have significant others, and they pay their own way in the world for the most part. And so, I can't hang my identity around that anymore. And so I'm looking for where can I make a difference? What can I do? Because I think that's one of the things. If we're going to make age 50 to 75 the best years of your life, you've got to have some set of purpose. And so I want to focus also in this next couple of months as I push into 60 is what is my purpose going forward? So I want to be fit. I want to have a purpose. And then finally, I just want to have more fun. I want to be connected with more people that I can joke around with, who just have a good time, who aren't asshats. I've been very fortunate. I've had some really good friends in my life who are still friends of mine. I don't want to lose them, but I've also had some people who came for a season, and a couple of them turned out just not to be good people. And I got sucked in by it. And, I cared what they thought and all this other stuff. And it hurt when they left and went their own way. And I don't want to have that experience again. So I want to manifest in really good people who like to have fun, who want to look at this next age as a journey. And then finally, I want to figure out financially what I can do to continue to have a good lifestyle and set myself up for 75 to 100 because right now I'm focused on this 25-year period that I'm 10 years into. But the truth is that my dad lived to be 99. So I have to be thinking that I can make it into my 90s. And if I'm going to make it into my 90s, what am I going to do to make that a useful time? So I've had this channel for a while, but now I'm going to get serious about it. So I'm hoping that people will follow. I'm hoping people will give me advice, talk about topics they'd like to experience through these videos. I don't know. Like I said, I've never thought I was going to monetize this channel. So I don't know if I ever will, but it's a great way for me to share what I'm doing. And I know from the videos I've done to this point that they've resonated with some people. So I'm hoping that they'll continue to resonate. So follow it if you want, but leave a comment. Let me know what topics you think are important for those of us on this journey, because it's not just me. I'm really not that smart. So I'm just a guy trying to figure out my way in the world. And I'm trying to do it where I'm going to really enjoy this stage because I actually think that this is the prime time. I've got, a lot of the hard parts of my life out of the way. My level of caring what people think is going down and down and down. I'm not financially set, so I have to worry about that, but I'm not going to worry about that. And I know that it's a lonely journey because a lot of people at this age find it harder to make friends. That's another topic we're going to talk a lot about is how do you connect with people in this stage of life? So I'm going to try and turn up the knob on this channel a little bit, but I can't do it alone. I need you. So thanks for watching this short video. And we'll be back with another live every single week, unless I'm traveling. And we'll try together to make it interesting. Thanks.